I know I'm acting stupid, but being dumb, maybe just a little bit foolish. I feel so young. Drunk, I've never seen you clearer than now. We're flying high.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley if you're new here, and I am so excited about today's video. If you're needing cleaning motivation, cooking motivation, getting groceries motivation, whatever it may be, this is a get it all done video and you're going to love it. I have a ton of things to get done today. I need to get groceries, I need to clean up around the house. I have a crock pot recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you here later on today. But first I need to get my diffuser going so I can get into the mood for cleaning, and then I can get to making the list of things that I need to do for today. There's a ton of things to do, so I'll make the list together with you, and that's about it. So let's get started. If you like this video, I really hope that you like and subscribe. You can join my YouTube community. We can get through this thing called motherhood together because it is a crazy ride. So let's get this done together. Put me on in your background so we can do this, and let's get started. Okay, so for today, let's do a little bit of joy. Do 5 drops of that. And then we'll do 5 drops of some stress away. Okay. And that's it. This will bring some calmness, some joy. Okay, so I figured we could make the list of all the things that needs to get done today together. One thing, I'm a big list person, so I'm always making a list of things that I need to get done. You can either do this on your planner. I just like to make it on just a sheet that I can kind of take around with me and then highlight once I'm done. So first things first, I need to meal plan. We have my stepdaughters for the whole week, so I want to make sure that we get groceries to have dinner every single day here at the house together. And then after meal planning, we need to get groceries. So I'm going to put get groceries at HEB, and then we also need to get a few things at Costco. So I'm going to put get items from Costco. Okay, so we've got those 3 things, and then I'll be doing a grocery haul for both of those just to show you what we get. And then after meal planning, let's see, I'll need to clean up. Actually, I need to wash girls' clothes. They had some dirty clothes from the last time, so we're going to go ahead and wash that and then fold that later. And then we'll get started. I have a crock pot meal that I'm going to do for dinner that I need to get started with probably at about 2 p.m. So I'm going to do prepare crock pot meal. And I'll share the recipe with that. It's going to be chicken, crock pot, Cajun chicken Alfredo, which, I'm so excited for because it looks so good. I found it off of Pinterest. So I'm excited for that. And then I'm gonna try to clean kitchen while I'm doing the crock pot meal. So I'll clean kitchen. I need to clean dining area. I need to clean living room. And this is just gonna be picking up toys, my daughter's toys. She's been playing a lot today, which is totally fine. I just need to make sure to pick that up before. I also like to get this done before she wakes up the next morning, so that she has kind of like a free area to play with again, a clean space, and then it just kind of starts all over again. And then after that, I need to fold girls' clothes. I'm gonna try to sweep and mop today, but as you can tell, I have quite a few things to do today. So if I can't get to sweeping or mopping, I do want to at least sweep the carpet, especially with the toddler. I like to have at least the carpet, which is the main space where she plays a lot in our living area. I like to at least have that rug completely swept or vacuumed and ready for the next day. And then if I can't get to sweeping or mopping, I'm just gonna do that then, the rug for sure. But these are all the things that I need to get done today. Let's go ahead and start off with meal planning, and I'll show you kind of what I do and how I plan for the week. So this is how I meal plan, and I use just a regular sheet of paper. You can use a printout, you can use your planner again, it doesn't really matter. Just somewhere where you can see your meals. I usually do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then I'll do the dates for the week, and then I guess like the day of the week. I did underline the days that our daughters are going to be with us so that I know what to plan for, because there's certain foods that they don't really like, so I want to make sure that I'm making foods that all of us will eat. But let's go ahead and start off. So for breakfast, I usually alternate the same 3 or 4 meals. For this week, I'm doing Kodiak cakes. I'm alternating between Kodiak cakes, spinach omelets, and oatmeal. And then I kind of alternate throughout the week. And then for the weekend, we're doing a scramble, which will be something like potato, sausage, and egg, or potato, bacon, and egg, something like that. And then I'll probably throw in some biscuits for that breakfast. And then Kodiak cakes on Sunday. And then for lunches, I keep them pretty simple. For me, I'm still craving tuna, so you'll probably see that I buy tuna in our haul today. But I am going to do a tuna sandwich for Monday. And then I usually do leftovers for the rest of the week. So for dinners, I'll kind of make a little bit extra, and I do like to plan leftovers so that it's easy for me and for everyone. Then for dinner this week, we are a huge barbecue fan or family. So we do like to barbecue quite a few times out of the week. It's easier for me, it helps me. All I have to do is worry about sides at that point, and my husband takes care of the barbecue. So for Monday, with the girls coming back, they love barbecue, so we're gonna do some barbecue on Monday. And then we're gonna do, for Tuesday, we'll do some chicken tortilla soup. This is gonna be in a crock pot, so I'm really excited for that. We're also gonna do some beef soup, and that'll be in a crock pot as well. On Thursday, Thursday they're going back. So for Thursday, we're gonna do barbecue wings, and we'll probably do some sausage as well for this day. Friday, they come back with us, so we're gonna do some spaghetti, which is one of their favorite dinners. We're gonna do some barbecue on Saturday, and this will probably be I'm thinking probably some fajitas and some sausage. Now, we're here located in South Texas. Fajitas is a little bit different than what you're probably thinking. So fajitas upstate and in other states, I've heard, is usually like cut up onion and bell pepper and all of that, which yes, that is fajitas. But down here, South Texas, fajitas is a type of meat, which is usually a beef skirt, or what else do they call it? Beef skirt. I can't think of another name that they call it, but when we say fajitas, that's usually what we're meaning. It's the type of meat that we're going to barbecue. So we'll do some meat for this day with some sausage as well, and some roasted corn, which is another craving of mine, so I'm very excited for that. And then for Sunday, we're going to do some calabaza con pollo. I'm going to try to get this recorded for you, so if you've ever heard of it or you're interested in making it, you can get that off of my next video. And that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to write it on a little board that I got from the Target dollar spot. And I like to put it on the fridge so that the girls and my husband and I are looking forward to whatever meal is coming up the next day for dinner. Hey guys, I'm happy to report that my fridge has stayed somewhat clean. Pretty much, organized. My last clean out, I had mentioned that it was so hard for me to keep the fridge clean. Before getting groceries, I like to clear it out, but I had a lot of food that was just going bad, and I've kept it pretty clean. I mean, I have like leftovers here, which are still good, that we're still going to eat, and that's it. So let's get into the grocery haul and put things away. Okay guys, Brian and I just got back from HEB. We picked up a few more groceries than we typically do because we do have my stepdaughters with us for the week. So let's get into it. I have for dairy here, we got some eggs, we got some milk. They do like to have cereal in the morning, so we'll alternate between cereal, pancakes, and a few other breakfasts for them. And then we got some frozen corn and green beans, which I'll be using for, we're doing a lot more like crock pot meals. So I'll be using these two for a stew, and another thing is like a tortilla soup that we're going to be doing in the crock pot. Then we got some wings for barbecue. Got 2 packs. We love barbecuing wings. And then we got some chicken breasts that'll also be for the crock pot. I'm probably going to divide these and then use 2 pieces for each meal. And then we got some boneless stew meat that we're going to be using to do the beef stew, which I'm very excited about. Okay, let's move on to produce. Okay, moving on to produce, we got some potatoes, which will probably be used for breakfast, the stew, the beef stew as well, and probably a few other recipes. We got some corn that my husband likes to grill for us, which we'll be using for a barbecue this weekend. We got some bananas that I'll probably be using to do banana bread or just for breakfast for the girls. We got some limes, an avocado, and then this is called calabacita in Spanish, so we're going to be using that for caldo de pollo. We got some spinach for breakfast, salads, for sandwiches, whatever we need it for. We've got some celery. I'm going to be making some chicken noodle soup, so I got some celery and some egg noodles. We got some spaghetti, some brown rice. We got some blueberries, which my daughter's obsessed with. And then we got some strawberries that all 4 girls really enjoy. We still have some, but I got another one because I know that with them being here, they're going to want some for breakfast. And then moving on to pantry goods, we've got some peach tea packets, which my husband already tried. And we got some baby snacks. The pumpkin butter and jelly is really good. I've tried it myself and I know it's good. And then we got some strawberry fig bars that my daughter actually really likes as well. We got some protein bars. I did get 2 packs because I got one last week that was supposed to be for my husband and I finished them. And then moving on, we've got some chicken broth that's going to be used for the chicken noodle soup. We got some cereals. Like I mentioned, my stepdaughters like to have cereal for breakfast some days. So we got some Life and some Rice Krispies. And then for canned goods, we got some tomato paste. It's going to be used for the beef stew. And then tomato sauce. My husband and I have a running joke that he likes to play on me. I ran out of tomato sauce one time, and so ever since then, he told me we're not ever going to run out of tomato sauce. So every single time we go to the store, he'll pick up at least 3 to sometimes 9 cans. It's kind of like an inside joke that we have with each other. And then let's see, we've got some black beans that's going to be used for the crock pot tortilla soup. We've got some diced tomatoes that'll be used for the stew, some corn, some honey. I want to try this banana bread recipe that calls for honey instead of sugar, so I'm excited to try that and see how that comes out. We've got some dried rosemary, some thyme. These will both be used for the chicken noodle soup. Some cayenne pepper. This is actually going to be used for another crock pot recipe that I'm going to be doing, which I may be sharing this one today. If not, I'll be sharing that one in another video. Got some chili powder, some tuna, because I continue to crave tuna this pregnancy, so I have tuna at least once a week. And that is it for the grocery haul. We've got some chicken thawing out here that I'm going to be sharing that recipe. It's a crock pot Cajun pasta. It's got chicken, sausage, and penne pasta. And the total for everything came out to, let's see if I can get it to focus here, came out to $131.24, which, to be honest, I really did not think that was bad considering the amount we got. including meat, was $131.24. Just in case you thought I was joking, this is all the tomato sauce in our pantry. Every single time he's gone to the store and brought back tomato sauce. And this is what we got from Costco. So we got some Ziplocs quart size, which we use a lot. We got the gallon size. We got Dove bar soap. We got some Parmesan cheese. My daughters love Parmesan cheese. So we got the big one. We got some sponges, some veggie straws for all 4 girls. We got some minced garlic, which I used in the recipe for today. Some sugar in the raw, which I'll use for baking. Some cheese puffs and some chips, classic mix that we're going to be using for the drive-by baby shower that we're putting together. And then not shown here is some toilet paper that we got, and then we also got some water that was on sale there that you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and put this away. The total for all of this came out to $139.48. Okay, and we got groceries from H-E-B and haul done there, and Costco items, and we got the haul done as well. Okay, so this is all that you're going to need for the Cajun chicken Alfredo recipe. And I'll zoom out here in a little bit so you can get measurements, and I'll put it on the screen so you can take a screenshot. But let me just go ahead and quickly show you. You're going to need some minced garlic, some heavy whipping cream, chicken broth, olive oil. It's asking for Cajun seasoning, but all I have right now is Tony's, so we're going to go ahead and go with Tony's. Sea salt, black pepper, garlic powder, some shredded Parmesan, and penne pasta, which I went with whole wheat. You'll need a pound of sausage. What I got was just this Eckrich smoked sausage. It's 13 ounces, so almost a pound. Some unsalted butter. And you'll need a pound of chicken. This is almost 2 pounds, so I'm going to use half of this. You can use either chicken breast or tender breast tenders, but I'm going to use breast tenders. And then you'll need a pan. You're going to be searing the chicken, and you'll also need your crock pot, obviously, and a cutting board with your knife, so we can you're going to be cutting up the chicken or slicing up the chicken once the whole recipe is done. So I found this recipe on Pinterest. I'll go ahead and link my Pinterest. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here so you can get a screenshot. And I'm going to go ahead and link my Pinterest down below so that you can check out any other meal plans. I usually have a meal planning board that I save everything to. And this will be on there for your future reference if you want to go back and take a look at it. So I'm going to go ahead and sear the chicken right now. It's just a quick sear on both sides, and then we'll start putting everything into the crock pot. And before I start searing the chicken, I preheated a pan with about a tablespoon of olive oil, give or take, and then I seasoned the chicken with some garlic powder, some pepper, and some salt. And then you're going to place your chicken. You'll just grab one piece, and you can always tell whenever the olive oil is ready when it's hot enough when you place the chicken on top of the pan and you hear that sizzle. If you don't hear that sizzle just yet, I do recommend for you to wait a little bit. You're going to sear it on both sides quickly, so you don't want it to sit there for a while. You want it to quickly sear on each side, which should be about maybe 10 to 15 seconds on each side.
Floating somewhere up in the clouds, we're going out of ourselves. Can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning. So take me on a trip, now, trip. Oh, flick the switch, kill the lights. Oh, wasted. City lights are shining so bright. All these empty faces, we don't care about them tonight. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, cause when we're doing our thing, we're the wheels that won't stop turning.
Now that the chicken has been seared, I'm going to go ahead and cut the sausage, and you can cut this either into cubes or how I'm cutting it right now.
I know we're acting stupid, being dumb, maybe just a little bit foolish, but I felt so young. Just go a little crazy and lose it. I don't care if we're dumb. It's the only way we know.
Okay, sausage has been cut and chicken has been seared. I do like to use crock pot liners. It just makes it so easy for cleanup. So if you have them, that's great. The ones I buy are 4 to 8. They fit either 4 to 8 quarts. And this is a 7-quart crock pot. So I went ahead and put everything inside. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken broth. It calls for 4 cups, and this whole container here should be about 4 cups, but OCD me, I like to still measure it out. So sure enough, it was 4 cups. Now you're going to add your heavy whipping cream. Now butter. I like to use stick butter. And your minced garlic. You can obviously use garlic powder, but I prefer to use minced garlic. Your salt. Your Cajun seasoning. In this case, I'm using Tony's, like I mentioned earlier. Now you're just going to add some pepper, and this is really your preference. We personally love pepper, so I added a little extra, but you can add however much you want. Then you're going to go ahead and mix it all up, and you're going to put your crock pot on high. You'll leave this shut for about 2 to 3 hours. I usually like to leave it for 2 because it's usually done at about 2 hours. And now we can go ahead and scratch off preparing crock pot meal. Now that it's been about 2 hours, I'm going to check the chicken, and I must say the house smelled amazing with this. And sure enough, the chicken is done at 2 hours. So I'm going to take all the pieces of chicken tenders out. That's going to be saved for the end of the recipe. You're going to slice that and put it back in once the pasta has been cooked all the way and is tender to your liking.
So take me on a trip, flick, switch.
Once all of the chicken has been taken out, you're going to add your half a cup of water and your penne pasta of your choice. I used whole wheat, but you can use regular penne pasta. Mix it all up and shut it for 30 minutes, and we'll come back and check on it shortly.
I know we're acting stupid, being dumb. Maybe just.
And of course, I like to multitask, so I'm going to go ahead and slice the chicken so that way it's ready to go once the pasta is done.
So young, just go a little crazy and lose it. I don't care if we're dumb. It's the only way we know how to do it. So young, I know we're acting stupid. Maybe just a little bit foolish. Just go a little crazy and lose it. It's the only way we know how to do it. Kill the lights.
As much as I wanted to just go sit on the couch afterwards and wait for the food to be ready, I knew it would be easier if I were to just start cleaning up now. So that way, once we were done with dinner, we just had our plates to wash and the crock pot. So I started off by putting away all of the clean dishes from earlier that day, and then I'll start with washing dishes to get everything off the counters and have the counters clear.
I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one, but baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time without you ever brightening up my days. Never meant to fall so hard.
If you were curious about the cutting board I was using, I bought it off of Amazon. I'll go ahead and link it down below. It's honestly one of my favorite cutting boards. I love that it has a mat specifically for each thing that you are cutting, whether it's chicken, beef, The green one is for produce. It's just great because of the cleanup, and I also love that I'm not using the same cutting board as I would normally with any plastic or wooden cutting board. I love that I'm not using the same one for meat and produce. It's completely separate, and I can wash them. It takes me 2 seconds just to wash that mat, and then once they dry, I just put them back into that cutting board.
Love me for a while. Trying to keep my focus right. Every glimpse of you deserts me. You're all I think about sometimes. But baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time without you ever brightening up my days. Never meant to fall so hard.
13 minutes left. Let's see if I can finish up the kitchen before it's ready. Okay, aside from the veggie straws that I'm munching on right now, kitchen is finally clean. Just need to sweep it, but I'm gonna do all of that after we eat, after doing dishes again from eating dinner. But we've got 4 minutes left, so we'll check on this and see how the pasta's doing. Okay, so it looks like the pasta may need a little bit longer. I just tasted one and it's not quite done yet. So I'm gonna leave it for 10 minutes longer and then we'll come back and check on it again. And that way we can go ahead and add Parmesan cheese and the chicken and mix it all up. Checking on it again, you can definitely tell the difference. They are tender now. So we're gonna go ahead and add the chicken. Add the chicken. And then it says to add 5 ounces of Parmesan cheese shredded. It says fresh, but I only have packaged here. It's 6 ounces, so I'll just leave out a little bit. Maybe about that much left. Okay. Go ahead and mix all of this up. And the cheese is going to thicken that sauce. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cover this and then leave it closed for about maybe 5 minutes or so, just so that the cheese can melt and then thicken the sauce. So we'll come back and check it here in about 5 minutes. And this is the final product, plated, and I'm so excited to eat this. You can also garnish this with like parsley. You can add a few more seasonings like salt and pepper, maybe a little more Cajun seasoning on top, and then garnish. But I'm just gonna eat it like this. And like I said, my husband tried it, I tried it, and this is definitely going to be something that we cook again here in our crock pot. So I'm going to go enjoy this with my husband, and this is not just this is gonna be just my plate. We're not gonna share from the same plate, but I'm gonna go enjoy this and then get started on probably folding or finishing up cleaning. Now that dinner was devoured and it was a total success, I'm moving on to the dining area. I like to take a basket around and just fill everything, take it to the room and distribute once I'm completely done. That way I'm not walking back and forth. As much as, yes, I do need to get steps in, it's just so much easier taking it all at once. So I'm going to clear the table and then also have some mats that I usually put down for my daughters that since they're coming back, I just want to wipe them down and put them on the table ready to go so that they'll have breakfast tomorrow morning with us.
Never meant to love no one. Love of mine. Love of mine.
And my youngest had spaghetti for dinner today, so you can only imagine how her face looked after that. Her tray was so dirty that I needed to use a napkin before even properly wiping down this tray of hers. Alright, I've got the dining area done. Now I need to move on to the living room. Are any of your husbands obsessed with Farming Simulator? I know my husband is. Usually at the end of the day, once we've, tackled the daily chores, I know right now I'm focusing on picking up, before the following day, before our daughters come. But usually by this time, we've both picked up the house already, and he will sit down, he'll play some Xbox, and I will read a book or something before the night ends. But he loves playing this game, and I'm just curious if your husband likes to play this game as well.
You're tired of the drama. You use your words like they are knives. I don't need that type of drama.
My toddler is very much obsessed with the rings that you'll see there, the blue one and then the orange one. Later on, you'll see that I missed the yellow one underneath the couch, but we are always missing the green one. And it's funny because it'll go missing for about a week or so, and then all of a sudden she comes walking with it in her hand. And I'm thinking, okay, I guess she's the only one that knows where her toys are at.
Trying to be tough all the daytime. You try to make yourself feel better by taking.
And as I've mentioned before, yes, I do own a vacuum. You can actually see it in the background by the lamp. But I prefer to sweep whenever the baby is asleep. I say baby, she's still my baby, but when my toddler is asleep, I like to sweep instead so that way I don't wake her up. I do prefer to use the vacuum. It's obviously a lot better when it comes to vacuuming, but it's just so much easier for me to use the broom whenever she's asleep so that I don't wake her up.
Me down. Once I fell, but now I'm strong. I'm ready for the rematch. Shoot me down, don't you know I get up? Yeah, baby, I will fight. No, there ain't nothing stopping me. I'm bulletproof, I won't fall. I'm bulletproof, go on and shoot me down. I will always get up again. You're looking at me so cold. Get over yourself, are you for real?
I recently put out a top 10 cleaning tips video that I have implemented into my cleaning routine. I'll link it down below if you have not yet watched that one. But I have mentioned before, and I mentioned in that video, that I like to do 1 load of laundry a day. Of course, this doesn't always go as planned, so if we're going out of town or if we had a busy week, then sometimes it will pile up on me. But for the most part, I like to focus on 1 load a day. That helps me to put more focus on the clothes, stains, and just putting more time into hanging them and folding them, putting them away. So today, as I mentioned, I am trying to prepare for the girls to come back, so I was folding their laundry and putting that away for them. There's 3 of them, so yes, it can get a little overwhelming, which is why I love focusing on that 1 load a day.
Why are you looking at me so cold? One's love is now we're enemies. You try to make yourself feel better by taking me down. Once I fell, but now I'm strong. I'm ready for the rematch. Shoot me down, don't you know I get up? Yeah, baby, I will fight. No, there ain't nothing stopping me. I'm bulletproof, I won't fall. I'm bulletproof, go on.
One tip I have for you if you have multiple daughters, which you probably already do, is to separate obviously by size, and then I kind of keep everything together as far as like jammies and shorts and everything together, so that way it's easy for me to just put that one pile of their clothes away. Then I like to separate all three of their shirts that are going to get hung, and then once I've separated all three, then I hang them, and that way I put them on hangers, and that way it's easy for me to just hang that group for that girl and then following, the other two as well.
Me down, I will always get up again.
Holy cow, guys, that was a crazy day. I managed to get a lot done today. I didn't get to get sweeping or mopping, just sweeping of the rug, but that's it. And I'm okay with that because I got the majority of the things done off my list. Like I mentioned, I was trying to prepare as much as I could for our daughters coming over tomorrow, and I feel like I got a pretty good amount of things done. I wanted to at least get their clothes done and clean around the house to prepare for them, but oh my goodness, I'm tired. It's about 9:50, almost 10 p.m. and I am ready for bed. My body's ready between pregnancy and a toddler to look after throughout the whole day with my husband. It was a crazy day, but I got quite a bit done. So no matter what, if you don't get everything off your list, it's okay. Give yourself grace. Don't be upset about it. Continue the next day if you want to, or the next couple days. It doesn't have to be the same day that you get things done. But thanks again for watching. Again, I really hope that you like this, that you subscribe, join my YouTube community, and let's continue to get through this motherhood time together. Bye.